Hey guys, the Quasar back here with another video. It's Synchro time for the new format. Got third place in locals. So it is time to show off the new list for the new format. Of course, it's rapidly changing. It's going to change in 3 weeks with Assault Synchron. And then the next month we have Duelist Nexus. So, of course, the deck is going to change very quickly. It's going to change the way we see the deck. But first, we have the current present format, the June 2023 format. So we did lose Gamma, so that was the only necessary change from the main deck, is that we lost the Gamma play, which, if you didn't know what it does, is the Gamma play was that you just resolved Gamma going second, or even going first if you get Ashed or Jeweled. Basically, you summoned the Assault Synchro Stars Dragon, make a level 10, you make Baron, you make Despater, you make Satellite Warrior going second. So, I could really see why Konami decided to limit this card. So we can't use that line anymore. We lost a good hand trap in this deck. So rip. But I guess it's for the best. At least we're not going to lose to Gamma either. So here is the deck. So we have the triple copies of Jet Synchron. Self-explanatory, really. This is the best tuner in the deck. It replaces Junk Synchron in the deck. We're playing the Adventure package, so we don't really need Junk Synchron anymore for this particular build. I'll probably add him back because it's an essential combo to one of my combo lines in Duelist Nexus. So you might see a return back. But in the end credits, Junk Synchron will return. Marvel Studios, but it's Quasar Studios. He'll be back, but not in this build. Triple Stars Synchron. Really good, level 4. I really don't have to explain much. Like, when it's summoned, you get to add a sport track card that mentions Stars Dragon in its card text. So you're going to add Illumination. Then we have the one copy of Satellite Synchron. Unfortunately, since Gamma is now limited, we have to play Satellite Synchron, but he will be replaced with Assault Synchron when he comes out. And then you'll be playing 2 of it, so you'll be just swapping out another card with, for the second copy of Assault Synchron. And we have the one Trail and the one Synchron Carrier. I decided to add back in Synchron Carrier because it does not activate, so when you do normal summon it, it does get around the right of Aramesir limitations. Also, with it being a non-tuner, it is searchable through On Your Mark Gets Set Duel, which we play 3 of. It also gives us like a searchable way of accessing Junk Speeder in case we do not open up with the Adventure package sequence. So this is really good. Yeah, worst case scenario with this is that you actually add the Illumination and then you normal summon the Stars Synchron, add the Illumination, activate Illumination, send the Trail, activate from the Graveyard Illumination, target Stars Synchron to reduce its level to 3, and then you make Junk Speeder this way. Worst case scenario. But it gets you there. The next Adventure package, triple Water Enchantress, triple right. So, if you don't know what this engine does, it gets you to Right of Aramesir, which is a level 4 token, and it gets you access to Faithful Adventure, and it gets you access to more extenders in the deck with better effects too. even a level 3 extender like Water Enchantress in a combo. You could make Herald, which is pretty neat. You can almost 100% of the time I make Herald before I make Junk Speeder in this deck, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, Water Enchantress is basically like a Gravekeeper's Commandant. You get to add the Rite of Aramis here. Then we're running the rest of our adventure package. Illegal Knight was really good. If you don't know what Illegal Knight does, you can target cards your opponent controls, bounce them back to the hand. You give control of it first, and then you bounce the cards. And I resolved in my final match against Labyrinth, I went ahead and resolved Illegal Knight multiple times. Just looping it back. You can just loop it back with Draco back. And that way you can just use it next turn, which is really nice. And then Griffin Riders and Omni Negate, which was also beneficial. And then we also have the Faithful Adventure, of course. Another good thing I found out while testing was, of course, Faithful Adventure, you can use its effect to chain block the speeder, chain 1 speeder, chain 2 Faithful Adventure to add Draco back so it doesn't get Ghost Ogred or Ashed, which is really nice. Next we have more extenders. We have the Illusion of Chaos Magician Souls package. This is searchable through Herald of the Arclight, which is important. We get a level 1 extender for free. You get more draw power in the deck. Just the ability to draw 2 cards into hand traps or other extenders is really nice. Also level 1 as well, so you could make Junk Speeder with this plus Star Synchron. Next we have the Inevitable Hand Trap. So we have Double Jewel against Kashtira. The triple Ash Blossom, because we get to eat branded players for breakfast. Ashfeed Gang. And then we have the double Infinite Impermanence against other rogue decks. So basically covering your bases. We are maining Crossout Designator still. Even though Gamma is out of the format, I think just having an answer to Jewel and Lockbird is pretty good. Even an answer to a Amperm or a Ash is pretty good too. Next we have our spells. We have our triple ulti tunings. Neat. That's a no-brainer. And then our triple CR rare. Triple. Let me go ahead and get this closer to the camera. Just to show off this. And show off this. Just showing it off in all of its glory for everyone to see at home. Because you need to get to Jet Synchron as fast as possible. You need to get to Rite of Aramis as fast as possible. So having tuning, add Jet, and then just pray that you send Water Enchantress to the graveyard from the top of the deck is pretty broken. And then, of course, just having more access to these. Jet Synchron is pretty good. Okay, next we have the double of the Synchro Overtakes. Or just plain 2. It's an extender from the graveyard hand. You get to add it to the hand, special summon it from the graveyard, special summon it from the deck. It's going to be for Jet Synchron. And then Illumination. This can become a special summon of Trail, by the way, since you control a Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. You can play this special summon Trail. And then if it's sent as a synchro material for a synchron monster, or a warrior synchro monster, or Stardust synchro monster, you can special summon a Stardust token with a trail. And then level modulation if you don't already know that. And then double, triple tactic sounds. This actually saved me against game 1 against a Dragon Link player. I got to draw 2 cards, and it was the best 2 cards of my life. I got to draw basically what got me back into the game. It drew the Synchro Overtake, and it drew Rite of Aramasir. And then we'll play the triple copies of Construct Designator. The Designator is going to be for any of hand traps we want to turn off. Is really good. I still think it's really good, this format. Until we get into like Duelist Nexus territory, then maybe we can try testing something else. And then we have the 1 copy of Called By and the 1 copy of the Foolish Burial. Just all the good one-ofs. So next we have the extra. We have ourselves the 1 copy of the Despater, 1 copy of Satellite Warrior, 1 Baron. These are the level 10s of the deck. If you don't know what Despater does, this can bring back a banished light or banished dark monster. So we can go ahead and bring back stuff like an Omega that we banished, which is pretty cool. Silent Warrior is good for going second, just blowing up monsters. Even you can set up this going first with Exotic Starshine, make him unaffected by card effects, and go bam bam. This does wonders. And then Baron is Baron. I know a lot of people are asking what's a good budget substitute for Baron, and the answer is there is none. Yep, you're welcome. Very helpful with that. So it's more of save all your money, stop buying packs, buy Baron. Crystal Wing, Stardust, and the Exil Synchro Star Dragon, and the Omega, and the Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. So Exil Synchro Star Dragon is also a must in this build. Just special summoning a level 2 or tuner. So basically a special summoning back your Synchron tuners. You make a Baron, or you could also activate, bring back the Jets, a Jet Synchron, and then you can go make that plus Trail to make Excel Synchron or Jet Warrior. It's really good. Crystal Wing's good. This outs Psychic and Punisher, by the way. So I saw some people cut Crystal Wing out. Yeah, this outs Psychic and Punisher. Omega is Omega. And then Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend will be used to burn your opponent for game. There were times where I had testing last week and the week before where I was off by 200 life points, and then I needed something like a level 8 to burn them for gain. Also, 3000 attack is a pretty big monster to beat around. This actually came in handy against Labyrinth in the finals. He summoned his level 4 Labyrinth in attack mode. I needed something to attack and get basically attack swing over for game. I was running out of resources, and then I remembered that I had Trail that I bought back from Despater. So, thanks to Despater, I was able to... Not Despater, but it was Omega. Yeah, so thanks to Sci-Fi Lord Omega, I was able to bring the Trail back to the graveyard, and I was able to burn I was able to make him. And I was able to win because I was able to inflict enough damage. Then we have the others. Yay, others. So we have, for level 6, we have the Charge Warrior. We have the Speeder. We have the Librarian. We have Excel Synchron, Jet Warrior, Herald. So, really generic self-explanatory stuff here. Charge Warrior, draw a card, gets more draw power. Is also essential to setting up the Excel Sync with Stars Dragon plays. As you can, what I do first when I was off Speeder is I special summon the Jet Synchron, and then I use Jet Synchron and Junk to make Charge Warrior, draw a card, use the Satellite Synchron and Charge Warrior to make Excel Sync with Stars Dragon. And then Herald is important in this deck. It protects your Junk Speeder. There were times where my opponent tried impermanenting it. They said, oh, Joel's on Synchron again. I'm going to try holding on to my imperm, or I will try to drop Nibiru there. And then I negated it with Herald of the Arc Light, and then they scoop. There was one time where I was up against last night, up against Nibiru, and he tried resolving a second Nibiru, and they didn't know that Nibiru is a hard once per turn. They didn't even know what that means. And this can also, it came in handy, and it also is a searcher for the Illusion of Chaos, so you can get access to that package. And then we have the one formula, because we cut the Justicon fit, we also cut the Caligo, and we cut the, well, Justicon fit's not a level 2, but we cut the Doppel and Junk Converter and my Caligo. So there was no really any reason to run double star, so I put in the formula, draw one, and then quick effect to synchro, which is nice. And then I got my token, Dual Dragon token. It matches well with this map I got when I participated in the 250th. Then we got the side deck, we got the Kaijus, Camasil. I might change this out to other Kaijus, by the way, because of there is Goaty players running around, so, and then they have a way to get rid of and trigger effects because of the Kaiju summon, so I might change it to the Sticky String. Who knows? Triple Nib. Self-explanatory. I side a Nib. I don't think Nib is going to be good. This format means good side. Double Lightning Storm because I can only run 2, but I only ran 2 anyway, so it wasn't that much of an effect. Because I ran the 2 Cosmics, because sometimes my opponent goes ahead and flips over a Floodgate because they flip over something similar to the anti-spells. This turns off Doc Willow No More, turns off the Lightning Storms, it turns off Branded Fusion. So self-explanatory, and then of course the triple evenly matched. Because leaving main phase 1, enemy battle phase, end of battle was all this, and they cry. And that is the deck list. So hope you enjoy the little deck profile and analysis, and you have an awesome rest of your day.